Hello and welcome to Explain 11. I'm Andy, and today we're going to look at the Dreamfoil AS350 B3, which is a Eurocopter now. It used to be Aerospatiale. But anyway, so I bought this off the Explain store website because I had a discount when I bought it. It's for Explain 10. I've been waiting for the Explain 11 version a long time. It seems to be in the works, but it's taken months, so I decided to go with Explain 10 version, which works nicely. The only thing you need to do is you need to update a part of it, and the thing you need to do is you need to download a package, which I'll put a link to in the description. Let's see if we can go here to show you where is Dreamfoil there. So you need DreamEngine.xpl.zip. So this is the file here on the right side here. If you can see it. Something is taking time. Anyway, so you need to go to your install library of the helicopter. Go into plugins. If that will happen. The thing is, I'm loading Explain in the background, that's why things are taking a little bit of time. So then go into DreamEngine.xpl and you delete everything in here firstly, and then because there's like a library called 64 and stuff, you delete everything in that library, and then you replace that with the stuff you downloaded in that library, same place. So and then it works pretty nicely. Start up here. So switch there. Let's see. So and then we have the plane here, the helicopter. Go outside view. It's a very nice helicopter, very nice model. If you install those things that I just said, then you'll get the things to work. I had a lot of problems with it jumping around, and the reason for that was that in general I had a very low flight model. So if I go now, I have it set to 6, but if I set it to 4, you can see that no, nothing's happening. Of course nothing's happening now, weird. But I had it set to 4 before, and then it was like twitching and moving around on the ground. So I set it to 6, and now it works perfectly. So that's another tip in case it's a problem. So the outside model is really cool. And this is a really nice helicopter. Very detailed. So you can open the doors, for instance. First time I'm loading this up, so we want to hear the door is open. Open that door. You can open this door on the right side hand. So lots of cool things you can do. If you want to start it up, you need to go first, take the brake off, and push this little thing here. If you don't do that, lock that in the forward position. Now you can move it, and then it won't start. Second thing is we'll go down here, we'll turn on the battery, and this battery and generator. You don't have to, you can leave the generator off and turn it off afterwards, but I'll do it this way. I think both ways are okay by the game. So anti-collision lights, fuel pump. If you want instrument lights, you can put those on here. We'll put instrument lights on to see things. Then you need to do some checks. It's starting up here, you can see. Check everything's okay. Fire test. Okay. Good. And now we're ready to start. We need to move this to flight and idle, so make sure it's an idle. And then we move up here and put this to start. And the engine will start up. So you see it here starting up. As you have movement of the motors here. You can hear it. You see the small movement as the engine is starting up. Now we have a guy in there. While that's starting, we can look at the menu here. You can change equipment. Baskets don't look really good. And I think that's well, I think they're not made to explain. They look sort of weird, but they're there. My colors have come to you. Now turn it off. You can mirrors if you want to. So, and this works pretty nicely. And we have a FLIR, medical, do all stuff. So if you turn on medical, get medical here. I'm supposed to get a patient somehow, but I haven't been able to do that. But, you push somewhere and you will get a patient. But I haven't been able to do that. So it's somehow. Turn medical off. What else? You can put arcade mode on, spotlight, smart livery, quick views, GPU. You can put a GPU on the outside. So cool stuff. So engine is started and stable. We'll just uncage this and we'll put avionics on. Altitude, and then we need to make sure these are the friction control locks are off, which you do like so. You can put it on like that and off like that. Otherwise the cyclic won't move. And you press here to put it off on the collective. So, and now we spool up the engine. So, to put it in a flight. We don't need P28, it's kind of cold, warm outside. So here's the thing. This is a very realistic model, which makes it extremely difficult to fly, but that's because it's realistic. So, as you apply collective, you need to apply right rudder, but at exact timing. So, been practicing my takeoffs a bit yesterday, so exactly the time. See, it's not very easy. So stable hover, first move, and that takes a bit of practice. So it has a stability. If you turn on these ones here. As you see, I'm not very good at it. I'd recommend setting up the trim controls on your... We'll just fly out of here. On your joystick. You can set it up so you can you just push one button to release the trim and then recenter it, which is good and pretty easy. And then you can also set hat. I put the hat switch to so I can trim it a little bit at a time. So if I want to trim it out down, I can do that using the hat switch. This is Paris, default Paris. Looks slightly weird. Oh no, for some reason there's no... I haven't found the Eiffel Tower and stuff. Maybe that's... I haven't updated to version 1.2 yet. I should do that, but I haven't done that. This is quite a realistic helicopter to fly, which you'll notice. But it's a very rewarding helicopter to fly when you get it right. But it does take a bit of practice to get it right. So. You can put it in arcade mode, but I think that's just as... It's supposed to be easier, but the only thing I find does is removes the need for the pedal input. Otherwise it's sort of the same, I think. I got pretty much as where I want it trimmed. So use trim, set up the trim for your joystick. Use it because it makes it a lot easier to fly. I'm not saying it makes it easy to fly because it's quite hard anyway, but it makes it easier to fly. So we'll go back to the Paris heliport. Should be over here somewhere. Oh no, here it is, over there. So I'm thinking it should be over here somewhere. So it's a really, as I said, rewarding helicopter to fly, but extremely hard. Outside air temperature is -3.7. We should turn on the pitot heat. I think this is like Champs-Élysées and Triumph. Like the Triumph should be here. So I should install some. Maybe there are some add-ons you can install. Brings up all this stuff. The reason I haven't updated to version 2.1.11.2 is that I don't want the VR function. I don't need the VR function. Yeah, let's... Ah! My son threw something at me. So we're getting close. We need to reduce our speed. So the heliport is over here. Boom. There it is. There. It's a bit tricky. I mean, it's not. Tiny movement. Vänta Hannes. Okay, I'm just gonna land here. Inte nu, Hannes. Oh, sorry. Move. Should stay focused. Let's see. Manage to stay focused, please. Bring in the power, so we bring in the right rudder again. Whoa. See, this is really tricky. Okay, let's go over here and over here. This is tricky. The reason I'm not saying anything because this is a lot of really small movements and you need to be focused, very focused. I have a watch that actually measures stress, or it measures pulse, and I did a few hours of flying this yesterday, and it was the most stressful time during the entire day. Which is understandable because it's I don't know, pilots, but really I have utmost respect for helicopter pilots. Don't know where the spot is I'm supposed to land. I'll just land here. So fly it the entire way down, Anders. Oh, that was not a good landing, but anyway, so down on the ground. I forgot to bring. Where is this? Sorry. I will set it to idle. We'll lock the friction logs. And we'll go down here and we'll bring out roll trim, pitot heat, and avionics. We should turn all the avionics off first. Then you can cool down for about 2 minutes. I don't usually do that, but like you can do that. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to show you that. If you go in here in the menu, equipment, you could go to doors and you could remove. So the front door, and you can remove front left door. So then you get a helicopter without doors, if you wanted that. I'll put on exit. Okay. You can also open the windows here if you want to. And this works very, very nicely on X-Plane 11 without any problems. So we're still waiting for X-Plane 11 version of this plane, but this works nicely. Okay, shutting down the engine is quite easy. Flight is at collector is at idle, throttles at idle. Just remove that and press that, and it will shut down. Show when you can engage the rotor brake, though. But this is the VEMD is a cool display, by the way. It has a lot of functions. So I'll put that. We'll get your rotor brake. Here you have flight rules. So flight 1, duration 14 minutes, that's how long we flew. cycle engine 052, cycle NF 51, so in total. Press reset to exit. And now we can turn everything up. Instruments, fuel pump, intercalation lights, generator, and you should go battery, EPU, DC back, like so. And then we're done. So this was sort of startup flight and review and look at the AS350 for X-Plane 10 actually, but I flew it in X-Plane 11 and it works nicely. Really cool model, really nice helicopter. I picked it up, I think it cost like $34.95 US in ordinary. I picked it up on a sale, so it's 10 less than that, 24 something. But I think even at, because it flies perfectly in X-Plane 11 as it is, even at the high price, I think it's definitely worth it. It's a really cool helicopter, but it's extremely hard to fly, so be aware of that. So thank you for watching, have a great day everyone, see you soon. I'm Andy. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, leave a comment, or share. Bye bye.